Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and sell the land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears, we back in the building, you know what I'm saying? Another Friday, another day, another dollar, you know what I'm saying? It's Masters Week, you know what I'm saying? It's the week in sports, man. And then, I guess what? It all happened in the week. Verkeezy, man, what's going on?
So this week in sports, we're going to start off with, one of the best defensive players in the league, Dexter Lawrence. He requested a trade from the New York Giants. He's a two-time All-Pro, three-time Pro Bowler, 30 and a half sacks. For a defensive tackle in 7 years, that's pretty decent. He's ranked ninth at his position, for DT and seventh overall for interior as a pass rusher. The Giants defense was ranked 26th last year in terms of points per game and 28th in terms of total yards. From the Giants' perspective, I watched a couple of Giants games last year, Rose. The strength of their defense last year was the defensive line. Like, they had a very good defensive line. So to lose someone like Dexter Lawrence, who's like the middle of that defense, that would hurt them. But at the same time, he's been there for 7 years, so he's not no spring chicken. Like, I actually, when I looked him up, I was like, oh, I forgot. He was on them Clemson teams.
You went to Clemson.
And won the championship two years. He played with Deshaun, and he played with Lawrence because he won championships with both of them. So that lets you know how long he's been in the league. Because Trevor Lawrence has been in the league for a minute now. So he's been here for a minute. Like, how many more years do you think he got if he's already there 7 years? He probably got another 3, especially the defensive tackle position, because everyone ain't Aaron Donald. He probably got another 3 at this level, being a top 10 person in his position. So it would be nice to see him go somewhere like Chicago, who needs help on that defensive line. Detroit, who needs help on that defensive line. Kansas City, who could add someone like Chris Jones. Baltimore, who needs help. Buffalo, who needs more defensive players. It's just a matter of, is the Giants going to make the trade? If I'm a team, I'm willing to give up a second-round pick. I'm not going as high as a first-round pick because he's not worth a first-round pick. But I give him a second-round pick. I give him a second-round and a fifth-round pick combined to get him on my team because I feel like the right defense, he could take that defense to the next level.
I think he can do good in another defense, but my thing is with him requesting the trade, it's like you're not requesting the trade because you want to win. He's requesting the trade because he wants money. So
that's why?
Yes, because he's like the 13th paid defensive lineman. Like next year he's making $18.5 million. The year after that he's making 18. 2 years, what was it? Was it 3 years ago? He signed a contract extension for $90 million. So it's like they paid him then, but now he wants more money.
So how much you think he would have to get?
I don't know what he wants, but it's the thing. My thing is I understand you want more money, but say that. You know what I'm saying?
That changes it, bro. Because now the only teams I feel like could probably get him is New England. Possibly Chicago, teams with young quarterbacks on rookie deals. I could potentially see, just because they just been fuck it, maybe the Rams and going all in, but giving them draft capital and extending him, I don't know. Now it's different. It's different.
Yeah, he wants that extension because he been trying to get another. He just got an extension not too long ago. He said he's been in the league 7 years, so he got an extension maybe 3 years ago. So the last 2 years he's been wanting another extension because his numbers he proved his numbers, but the team sucked. But now it's
If you New York, you gotta trade him though, because you can't pay him because you're
No,
not winning with him.
he got 2 years left on his contract. They don't have to trade him unless he goes. If he goes now, he threatened to sit out. Then yeah, you need to trade him.
Yeah, but we bad. I don't even want that in my locker room if I'm there.
Yeah, true.
If that's the reason why, like if it's just because he was, because we bad and stuff like that, it's like, okay, man, we're gonna be better, bro. Jackson Dart, gonna be, I can talk to him. But if it's like you want more money, nigga, you ain't getting more money. We suck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wants more money. So I feel like
we got neighbors coming up. We got to pay him in a year or two. Like no, nigga, no, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah,
he wants. So where do y'all see him going?
If what Rose is saying he want money, that limits where he can go because it's like you got to find a place that he can help contribute to winning, and that can actually afford to pay him the money. Which Chicago, I don't have that as my number one destination because they've been trying to get help on the defensive line because they was in the Max Crosby trade, but it's not too many teams right now that are good. They got the capital.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Trade him. If I was them, I would trade. Yeah, you want to get traded? Okay, I'm sending you to the Jets.
But the Jets wouldn't even trade for him because it would be
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going. You want to go somewhere? Yeah, I'm gonna trade you. It's gonna be a bottom feeder. I'm not trading you to a contender. I'm gonna trade you to a bottom feeder, somebody that can pay you like maybe. And the thing about what NFL is right now, it's not a lot of bottom feeders. Everybody's kind of competing right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of competing, but not really, but kind of competing.
Unless you like in that top 10 conversation in terms of team wise.
Yeah. I
just can't see you saying I'm gonna give up multiple draft picks and extend him. Because if I get him, I'm thinking to myself, we can go for it. Like the Falcons, he's not pushing us over the hump. No. He's not pushing Tampa Bay over the hump. He's not pushing Carolina over the hump. Mm-hmm. Now, could he push a Kansas City, a Baltimore, a Buffalo, a Detroit, maybe even Chicago over the hump? Yeah. Hell, Green Bay, could he push them over the hump when Michael come back?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But now we're just talking about the money, and it's like, I don't know if all those teams have the money to do that. Yeah. Moving on from a great defensive player, to a defensive-minded coach. So Mike Malone, basically the former coach of the Nuggets, and he took, I think, a year off of basketball, just signed to be North Carolina's new head coach. What's your thoughts on that, Rose?
I think it's a good move. But I look at it and I'm like, dog, North Carolina, what are y'all doing? Y'all trying to make a semi-pro? That's what y'all trying to make all your teams semi-pro? Which with NIL, I can understand that's kind of what it is. But these old coaches trying to teach these young guys, and he's not even young guys, like these kids, like, because now it's like a kid might be 18, 19, 20, but their mind frame now is more of a 15-year-old. And now you're paying them too. So it's like, I understand like where they're coming from, but as far as Mike Malone, why would you want to do that? I wouldn't want to do that. Like they're going to be making. They might not be making as much as you. Like the people in the NFL, in the NBA, they're making way more than you. So you could probably talk to them some kind of way. But they don't care because the transfer portal's still open. They will leave you on the jump straight. So I wouldn't want to do that, especially in North Carolina. If you go to the Final Four, you lost.
Shit, man. That the black coach went to the Final Four his second year there, and he only been there 4 years, and they still fired his black ass. Mm-hmm. Like North Carolina is a good and bad place for him to go. Good because they will give you a long runway historically, because Dean Smith was there for a long time. Ward Williams was there forever. I'm actually surprised they fired the black coach, but I mean, I guess we shouldn't because he's black. And that was the first black coach they hired, apparently, which is crazy because they've been around forever. When it comes to the semi-pro, like you said, it is interesting to see a lot of these former professional coaches in the NFL and NBA go to college and become coaches because the NIL is making it so professional. Mike Malone is a great coach. I feel like he could do a good job in North Carolina. He's hard on his players. He knows how to coach his players up and develop talent. The only issue is, that one and done shit. Like when you're in a school like North Carolina, like I'll take Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino, St. John's is the perfect place for him because you're going to have those players 2-3 years because you're not going to necessarily get players that are going to do 1 year and leave. Like he's going to get top recruits, but not the very top. With North Carolina, I don't care who's in North Carolina, Rose. You're going to get the top recruits because it's North Carolina. So they're only going to be there a year, maybe 2 if you get fucking lucky, you know. So it's like, you know, this is a good move for them. If I'm North Carolina, I probably would try to get someone like a Kenny Smith, someone who played for the school, because Kenny Smith talked about this. You got to get somebody who gets that job who wants to retire at Tar Heel. I don't know if Mike Malone want to retire at North Carolina, if I'm being real, bro.
Yeah, but I think they want to get that's what they have been doing. But this is the first hire that's outside the Dean Smith's tree. It's the first hire. So it's like, and I think they wanted to get away from that tree and away from the Tar Heel tree.
That's true. But then you got to find a coach like who's the coach in Florida? It's coaches in the league right now.
If you want to get a professional
coaches,
if you want to get a professional person,
Mike Malone's the best option.
Yes, but you could have still went both ways and got a Tar Heel guy because Jerry Stackhouse is the coach.
Yep, I like that one. I like that. Jerry Stackhouse, you could have got him, and he's trying to coach like, you know. And I'm gonna say this, bro. I know this ain't part of it. Man, what does this say about Mike Malone's coaching career? Because I ain't gonna lie. Before he got fired, I probably would have had him as a top 7 current coach in the league.
And that's the thing about it. Like,
no NBA team thought to themselves, yo, let's bring him into our system, because there's some sorry ass teams in the league right now that I feel like could use a Mike Malone.
Yeah.
You know, going from, you know, college basketball to, you know, professional basketball, but sticking with the ladies, man. So we got the WNBA draft coming up shortly. And there's going to be a lot of young women that's going to be drafted. A couple of women like Hidalgo from Notre Dame decided she's going to go back to school. And a couple of women have announced that they're going to enter to the draft. I'll say this, like, you know, looking at the current mock draft, the picks that stand out to me is Lauren Betts, supposed to be number 1, going to the Wings, which I think is, if I'm Dallas, I'm pulling the trigger on that. Because she's a big woman. She plays the 4 to 5. You put her with Paige, now we can be rolling. Now that team can be rolling. I look at Olivia Miles going to the Minnesota Lynx. That could be good for them. Like, you know, like Olivia Miles is a very talented player. And then I also look at Fly J going all the way to, you know, the Toronto team. That scares me, man. That scares me only because it's an expansion team. And I like Fly J. I just don't know if she's talented enough to be the best player on the team her rookie season. And then lastly, I look at Raven Johnson with the Mystics, which I hope she get playing time, man, because she's not really developed offensively. You know, she comes from South Carolina. She's good defensively, so that could get her on the court fast because, you know, that happens a lot of times. But I don't know if she's developed a 3-point shot to the point where she'll be able to be on the court long enough. And they drafted I can't think of the girl name, but the black girl that played for UConn last year. You know, they drafted her last year on the team, and she barely got minutes, and she was a really good player. So I don't know how that bodes for Raven, man, but it's a lot of talented ladies in this draft.
It's maybe 2 talented ladies in this draft, maybe 3. Because Raven Johnson, she's not even on my list as a top draft prospect. She's not even on my list. She might be the prettiest one on the list, but on that could be at the draft, but she's not on the list. I got Olivia Miles.
Really? I thought Fly J was the prettiest.
Better than Raven Johnson?
The girl from South Carolina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, man. When I see the pictures of her, it just seems seems like she got too much lip gloss and makeup on her face.
Come on, man.
Every time I see her doing interviews,
and that's no disrespect to Fly J.
The light is right on her face, so it just seems like her face is very oily to me. You know, but maybe I haven't seen the right pictures. Like, and when the pod is over, show me some pictures of her. And hey, I like Fly J. I think Fly J is a very attractive woman.
Okay, so but I got Olivia Miles as the top number 1 spot
over Betts.
Yeah, I got her over Betts.
Nah,
but as far as the teams, Dallas needs Betts more than they need Miles because they got Page. But I got Miles as the best player in for the number one spot. Laura Betts, I got her at second. I got AZ Fudd from UConn, number 3.
She really good. Really good.
I got the girl from Spain. She's a center. Always Fam. I got her at number 4. Then I got Fly J at number 5. And then I got Kiki Rice from UCLA.
What team would be number 5 for Fly J?
It'd probably be either like Portland. I think it's a expansion team.
So either way, and that's the thing. I would love Fly J to go to an already established team. Mm-hmm. Like, I know there was rumors of her going to the Chicago Sky, and that's one of the reasons why they got Angel out of there. Mm. So, like, okay.
Yeah, so those are, because I think as far as I know, I think Dallas got number 1 pick, Minnesota got number 2, Seattle got number 3, and I want to say the expansion teams pick next. The 2 expansion teams pick next, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's how it is.
Yeah, no. And what I saw that basically she was going like 6 to Toronto tempo.
Yeah, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But man, shout out to Angel Reese.
Yeah, man.
A-Town down.
Yeah, speaking of Angel Reese, man, she got traded to the Atlanta Dream, who picked 13th in the draft, by the way. You know, and in her short career, man, she's a 2-time WNBA All-Star, 2-time rebound leader. She's averaging 14.1 points per game, 12.9 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists per game. And the Dream gave her 2 first-round picks in 2027 and 2028, as well as the second-round swap rights with the Chicago Sky in 28. You know, for her, this is a lot for Angel Reese. I'm not gonna lie. You know, what's your thoughts on the trade, Rose?
Man, Atlanta is so smart because they don't care about basketball. All they care about is ticket sales. They gonna be sold out every night.
What you said last week, Rose? About some titties sold.
They gonna be sold out every night. Every Negro in Atlanta gonna be trying to go see Angel Reese. And my thing is like, and she could be a great player, man. If you lock her in the gym for maybe 5 hours and lock her in the gym, she'll probably hit 5 layups and have 10,000 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have her on your team, man, because she's beautiful and she's popular, and that's what Atlanta's about beauty and popularity. They ain't worried about nothing else, especially when it comes to women. Now, when it comes to football and other basketball, a little different. But what you got to say on our girl Angel?
Yeah, they was being up there, they was playing. The Dream was playing in some gym. I don't remember what side of town it was on, but once all of the attention that women's basketball in general has been getting, they started getting games in the State Farm Arena. So what I'm thinking is, when I looked at them tickets when they was playing other people that, these other teams that they were playing against, and they would get the most money sales and sell out when they would play, LA, or when they would play the Spark. What's the team that Angel Reese was coming from?
Chicago Sky.
Right. So when they would play them, that was when you would see the tickets. It made perfect sense.
Indiana Fever.
Yeah, you got to make your money off of the moment. Like, that made perfect sense. So now you got her on the team. Now you sell out those same tickets, but now instead of one game like every season or 2 games a season, now she's in your gym on your home turf. Yeah, they're gonna make big money. It was smart.
Yeah, man. I told MGH and my brother TDK, this could be the worst and best thing that happened to her. But let's make something clear. We don't see a lot of players that average the number she's averaged her first 2 years and get traded from the team that draft them so early in the career. This is not normal. Like 14 points per game, 12 rebounds, basically 13 rebounds, because 12.9 rebounds a game. That's ridiculous numbers for you to be a rookie and then a sophomore in a professional league. But when you make comments last season talking about, we need better talent on the team and I want to win and there's not enough talent here, and people be like, what are you trying to say about the players you playing with? And now it's friction in that locker room. Like, that causes some of it. Then when you watch the Chicago Sky play, she misses a lot of layups. Her offensive game is still underdeveloped, and she's not really contributing to winning. To be honest, they was trying to play with Doza, but when she got hurt, Doza from South Carolina, by the way, the team looked better with her playing without Angel because they didn't really look like they could play together. So, like, you kind of look at the Sky perspective. Me and TTK said this last year. The Sky was going to have to make a choice. Keep Angel and get rid of Doza, or keep Doza and get rid of Angel. And this is no disrespect to Angel. We both said the same thing. If we're the Sky, we keep it Doza because she looks like she can be the better player.
She's a better player.
Hands
down.
Now from the Dreams aspect, I'm not mad at the Dream making this trade. One, like you said, Rose, they're gonna probably sell out. They're probably gonna make the most money than any outside of Indiana. They'll probably make the most money in the WNBA this year, man. To be honest, because Atlanta's going to embrace her. You're a young black girl. You hot in the ass. They're going to embrace you, man. This could be the best and the worst thing for Angel's career, and that's what I told TDK and Rose. TDK and MGH. One, it could be the best thing because a lot of times we saw this with Luka. He came in the season in the best shape of his career after being traded. Hey, you get traded, guess what? Now she might focus on her game. She might work on her post moves more. She might work on finishing around the basket. And she might be the best player we've seen in the league so far. She's already been, in my opinion, a good player in the league. But it could be the worst thing for her, man, because Atlanta has a lot of distractions. Atlanta ain't Chicago, especially if you young and black. Like there's a lot of strip clubs in Atlanta that's probably gonna want you to come there and give you a section and promote. There's a lot of nightclubs. There's a lot of rappers. When she was at LSU, people forget she was in one of Lotto's music videos when she was in college. Now she's a professional athlete, and someone told me Lotto got an album that's gonna drop. So like if Lotto got an album for the drop, I'm pretty sure Lotto gonna be like, "Girl, you in Atlanta? Hey, come shoot this music video. I'm pregnant and stuff." So like, boom. It's probably gonna be other rappers like Lil Baby and other rappers is hot. TTK told me this, and I'm not into the streaming world, but apparently a lot of the big streamers in the country be out of LA, New York, and Atlanta. I didn't know that. So there's a lot of streamers in Atlanta, and she's already been seen on some of these streamers. So now you're going to be on these streamers' platforms.
She's definitely
she got her own podcast.
I was just about to get to that. You got your own podcast.
She's putting herself in different avenues. So I get what you're saying. She's going to have to be able to balance it. If that's what she's going to do. But I don't see
there is no balance in it. You can't do that shit during the season.
No, I'm not even going to assume that she would be trying to do that during the season.
I would if I was her. Get that paper, girl.
She did it last year during the season. She did her podcast last year with the Sky. That was some of the criticism, and that was in Chicago. In Atlanta, she's going to be able to get way more bigger people on her podcast in Atlanta than she was in Chicago.
It couldn't have been live. That wasn't a live podcast.
They'll be like weekly podcasts, like they was doing the season.
Yeah, but she's pre-filming it.
Yeah, like she's pre-filming it, but like they had a game on Tuesday. She might have filmed the podcast Monday. So yeah, it's not the same day as Tuesday, but you still doing the podcast during the season.
She's filming it during the season.
Yeah, she recording it during the season because she's talking about relevant stuff during the season.
I got you.
So like that's the other aspect. Like, are you gonna? Because we saw what Micah did. Micah had his podcast, and I know you might not keep it with Micah Parsons in the NFL, Nicole. But when he was with Dallas, he was doing his podcast. When he got traded, what happened, Rose? Podcast went away. He didn't do the podcast in Green Bay because he realized I got to get focused. So that's my biggest concern. Hey, it could be a lot of easy distractions for a pretty, young, successful black woman in Atlanta. Don't get caught in the distractions. Let the main thing be the main thing because
main thing is paper. Get that paper, girl.
Forget
basketball.
Hey,
get that paper, girl.
If she comes to Atlanta and she plays the way she's capable of playing,
we don't need rebounds in Atlanta. Get that paper.
Even if she just gives us the numbers that she gave us in Chicago, what people are forgetting before I move on, Atlanta was a talented team. They made the playoffs last year. Mm-hmm. So like if she bring that, just don't. You ain't even gotta be no better. Just bring the play that was in Chicago. And Atlanta got a chance to go to the WNBA Finals, man. And if you bring a chance, and let me tell you, if you black, ain't nothing like winning in Atlanta. If you black and you win in Atlanta, man, niggas like Juice Man still say Mike Vick the greatest quarterback we ever seen.
He never won in Atlanta.
He just won a playoff game, but he ain't win no Super Bowl. So winning Atlanta different. Moving on from the WNBA to the NBA. Man, so it's Friday night. We got 2 regular season games left for all the NBA teams. A lot of the games are underway right now. Some of the games probably have already ended. Sunday's going to be the last day for a lot of the games. Most of the seeding is already kind of determined. Both number 1 seasons locked up. Both number 2 seasons locked up. All the playoff bound teams are secured. So basically, you just got the middle teams fighting for, are they going to be the 3 seed, 4 seed, 5th seed? Is there any team that you feel like needs to take these next 2 games seriously to position themselves a certain way, Rose?
Yeah, Lakers can't be the 4th seed. They can't go into the league being the 4th seed, because if they go into the playoffs being the 4th seed, that means the 2nd seed they're gonna have to play Oklahoma City. There's no way they can beat those guys. They can't beat those guys, so they got to get the 3 seed. That way they can probably play Minnesota, and then potentially play San Antonio. They got a better chance of beating San Antonio than they do have beating OKC. So I would say on the West, the Lakers. On the East, I want to say the Hawks. Hawks need to get to that 5 seed. Right now they're at the 6 seed. They need to get to that 5 seed, because right now they're playing the Knicks in the 6 seed. We don't need to play the Knicks in the 6 seed, because Knicks is one of my dark horses.
You rather them to face Cleveland?
I rather them face Cleveland, yes.
Okay, then.
I rather them face Cleveland than the Knicks, because I'll talk about it a little bit later in the episode, but those are the 2 teams that I think need to figure out where they go be at.
Yeah, for me, I look at it. I feel bad for Denver, because I feel like for Denver, I'd rather fall to the 4th seed than be the number 3 seed, but they're going to be the 3 seed, because LA's not going to win. They're not going to catch Denver.
If LA wins the rest of their games, they could be the 3 seed.
They will be, but I just don't see, with Luka and Reese being out and Jokic and Murray playing, I don't see Denver losing out and LA winning out. I don't see that happening. But yeah, Denver will be the team that's like, oh man, it will be good for them. So I'm mostly just looking at like Golden State, man. They in the playoff bubble, man. They stuck where they at. I probably would just be honest, man. If Cleveland get that 3 seed, I feel like that would help them out. Because them facing Toronto in the first round is better than them facing Atlanta in the first round. And that's not even like I'm scared of Atlanta if I'm there. It's more so I just feel like Toronto's just a much easier matchup in the first round. And
Atlanta hungry.
Atlanta is hungry, but I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like no team that's trying to compete for a championship
wants to face Atlanta.
Should be afraid of Atlanta.
They shouldn't be afraid of them, but they don't want to face them either.
Yeah, but you shouldn't want to face no good team. Mm. But like, to me, I'd just rather face Toronto, because I feel like, that's an easier matchup, because in the NBA playoffs, we see it all the time. The more you have to kind of battle in a longer series, the longer that wears on. So a long first round series will wear you out for a second round series where you're probably going to face a Boston or Detroit or something, man. So like that, those would be the teams that I'm kind of looking at. So when the regular season's over, who are the players that you're looking at and for the awards?
So like you want to go by one, like awards. So like
yeah, all the major awards.
So like Rookie of the Year, MVP.
Yeah.
Okay, so for my I'm gonna just go Defensive Player first. Defensive Player of the Year, I'm gonna say Vic versus Chet. Those are the 2 guys I think I got at the top of the Defensive Player of the Year. Vic is way above Chet, but with the 65 game rule, if Vic doesn't play, then Chet is going to be pushed into that spot. So it's not really like Vic versus Chet. It's just that, can Vic play one more game?
Yeah, can Vic play one more game? I agree with that.
Yeah, but Vic, if he plays one more game, he's got it. There's no doubt about it. But if he doesn't play, I believe Chet is next in line. And you know what I'm saying? Rookie of the Year, I got Calm versus Cooper. They both played on the same team last year with Duke. Khan leads the league in 3-pointers made. I didn't say for rookies. Khan leads the league in 3-pointers made.
Nah, he's had an amazing year.
He pushed that. Their team is in the playoffs. Cooper's team is not. But Cooper he's been steady. He's been coming on strong, but he hasn't been that great by hope like everybody thought he was gonna be from the whole season. But he has pieces together though. He has pieces together. But just for that longevity that Khan has done and the records that he had broke, I would say give it to Khan. If you're not gonna give it to Khan, it needs to be a coach. It needs to be Grant Hill and Jason Hill. It needs to be coach if you don't give it to Khan. If you want to give it to Cooper, I don't have a problem with that. But I think Khan also deserves that.
I can get behind that.
Also deserves that too. And it shouldn't be no problem because they both played on the same college team. I'm pretty sure they're still friends or whatnot. So that would be awesome to see that. And when the last time you seen two Caucasian Americans battle out for Rookie of the Year in the NBA? That's amazing.
Segregation?
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
Is Knipple American?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So since segregation, probably.
Yeah. That's amazing. MVP. Luke is out of it. Before you sent me this video today about Jokic, I looked at his stats and I was like, oh my goodness. I cannot believe I did not have him in my MVP voting 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, his numbers is ridiculous.
His numbers are like astronaut. Like
and
unbelievable.
You know what's so crazy? His numbers are probably better than the years he won MVP.
Yes, unbelievable. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Joker's averaged a triple-double? He's leading the lead in rebounds? He's leading the lead in assists? And he putting up almost 30? Oh my goodness. How did I leave him off my list? Shea and Vic, they are doing their thing. But I got it right now. It's Shea, Jokic, Vic. But the season that Joker is having, Joker, whatever you want to call him, man, it's if I had to pick a team, I had to pick a player, I would probably pick right now, I would probably pick Jokic over Shea just because the numbers that he's putting up. Yes, Shea got the best record. That's how we normally do it. But in the future, we're going to be saying, when Shea's coaching his kids in Little League, they're going to be saying, hey, Shea, show us Jokic MVP if Joker don't win it. Do you want me to go all NBA? My all NBA team?
If you have it.
Yeah, okay. My all NBA team, I got Jokic, I got Shea, I got Vic, I got Kawhi, and I got Jaylen Brown in my first team. I ain't do second team, third team.
Yeah, no, first team is cool.
I didn't I don't now if Luka would have played that game, I would have him above Kawhi. I would put him on the first team, but I don't think he's going to. And I believe Vic's going to play another game. So I'm still going to put Vic in there. I got Jokic, Vic, Shea, Kawhi / Luka, and Jaylen Brown on the first team.
I'm going to start with my All-NBA. I feel like the no-brainers are SGA, Wemby if he plays one more game, which it looks like he's going to play that one more game, and Jokic. Those are the no-brainers. I hate it for Luka because Luka should be All-NBA, but, motherfucker got hurt. I think Jaylen Brown deserves to be on the team. And this other player, I was debating between 3 names, Ant-Man, KD. But you know what, man? This player, has had an amazing season, a lot better than I think some people realize, and his team is winning, and his team is probably doing better than what people thought it would be doing compared to the other two people team. Jalen Johnson, like from Atlanta, I feel like he's had a good enough year to be first team. He's gonna make an All NBA, but he will be my first All NBA. Unfortunately, he probably won't make it because they might give it to KD because of the name recognition or Ant-Man. But Ant-Man has missed a good bit of games. Jalen has played most of the games for the Hawks this year, and KD has been solid at his age. But I don't know if KD's had a great season. He's probably really had a great season for him to be as old as he is.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, the Rockets haven't been what we thought it was going to be with him. You know, and Jalen Johnson, like you were saying, man, they got a chance to do something special in Atlanta, man. So that'll be my All NBA. My Coach of the Year, there's a couple candidates that's out there, man. JB Bickerstaff, though, man, for Detroit. Like what Detroit is doing, especially once Cade went down, they continued to win games and be successful, where a lot of people thought that team would kind of falter, but they held on to the ship and did what they were supposed to do. I feel like it should be him almost unanimous. You know,
I didn't pick Coach of the Year, but my Coach of the Year is probably Mike Brown.
In New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, he probably be the close second, man, because New York has been pretty good this year. I just feel like the only reason
I don't have a problem with yours.
Yeah, it would just.
I don't have a problem with yours.
People probably thought New York would be the number one seed going into the year with all the injuries in the East.
But that's the thing. It's first year head coach.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's the reason why I put him a little because they're like you got to deal with kind of stuff, and then you still got to deal with New York.
Yeah, now you still got to deal with New York, man. And Mike Brown's a good coach, man. Shout out to Mike Brown. He's been doing it for a minute, man, and he don't get the props he deserves. Rookie of the Year, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. That nigga Flag took that shit.
last weekend?
Yeah, this past week, bro. You dropped 50, then you dropped 40 on LeBron head. Man, and he's had a good season.
I think 45?
Yeah, you dropped 45 on LeBron, the king? Yeah. Man, shit, man. Like, hey.
He ain't dropping on LeBron, he dropping on Bronny.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, Knopa probably should get it because of the fact he's been the most consistent rookie this year. But man, Flag, I will say this. Knopa, man, you got the dude from Alabama. I can't think of his name right now, but he played Brandon Miller. He's been good this season. You know, yeah, that shooter here.
But Khan said, I'm that shooter.
Yeah.
I'm that sniper.
You got LaMelo there, man. Like, hey, man, like it's a lot of talent in that little, in that Charlotte team, man. Coop, it's been cool. It's like AD went down, AD got traded, and I thought Coop was going to basically shrink. But that white boy stood 7 feet tall. However tall he is, he stood every single inch. And he surprised me. I did not expect him to be this good this early in his career. So like he looks like he's gonna be a star. So hey man, you the best player in the draft. You the number one overall pick. You at least lived up to the expectations, Rose, if not surpassed them as a rookie. So I'm gonna give you Rookie of the Year, man. And Defense Player of the Year and MVP, man, it's the same as Wemby, man. Like, to be honest, after looking at Jokic's stats, I actually moved Jokic to 2 and SGA to 3. Only because, like, I don't think SGA doing anything different than he did last year. I feel like SGA is pretty much playing the same way he did last year. The only thing I will get SGA is he's had to deal with Jalen Williams being injured, and missing most of the year. And that's the second best player on that team. But Chet took a huge step this year. Like, Chet is looking like the player people thought he was going to be. Like, he's averaging 18, 20 points a game. And if not for Wemby, let's make this clear. Because we were saying, it's Wemby, for Defense Player of the Year, but, Chet would get it if Wemby don't make that one game. If not for Wemby, it's clear-cut Chet. Like, Chet has been that good defensively. So it's like, I just feel like, it's been a lot of help for Shea.
But one thing I do have to say as far as with Jokic, because when it goes to Vic and the MVP thing, rebounds is part of defense.
Yeah.
And for him to lead the league in rebounds and assists, that's amazing stat. Because and you almost putting up 32.
And I'll say this, man. I've always kind of been like this when it came to MVP. And some people don't do this, but I've always kind of had this mentality, which is one reason why, like, I had Drake May over Stafford in the NFL MVP. I look at it before the season started. Where did I think this team would be? Where did I think this team would be?
Yeah, good idea.
I thought OKC and Denver would be top in the West.
Yeah, at the top. I never thought Spurs was gonna be number 2.
Not only number two in the league. When you look at the title rankings, it's OKC, San Antonio, Boston, and then they debated between Denver and New York for that fourth, like, which should be fourth team with the best odds. Like what Wemby has did for how we look at the Spurs team, that's how I look at my MVP, man. Because it's like without him, they not that.
But also without him, they still been winning.
They've won games without him, but they would not be where they at right now.
Yeah, they won. Not for the whole season. Like if you take Wemby away from the whole season and you take Joe away from the whole season, yes, Wemby makes a bigger impact on his team.
Yeah. More
than Joe. Joe got a little bit more help, but his help is a little bit younger and older and not as hungry as San Antonio's team. But I feel you.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna take away from Wemby's help because I'm not even going. Man, Fox is that nigga. Harper's been great. Vassal's been good. Castle's been amazing. So he got help on that team. But I do look at it like, man, what Vic can do defensively for that team, like he shifts the court so much. That to me plays a big factor. And then when he has his offensive games, and also I just feel like enough don't be said about like players like Wemby that don't need to stop the offense to get their points. Like the fact that he can get his 24 points a game in the Florida offense, and that allows, if you've seen the Spurs play, you've seen this. It allows Fox to do his thing. It allows Harper to do his thing. It allows Castle to do his thing. Because all them guards have dropped 30 multiple times this season. And I think you can only I don't think they could do that in Denver. I don't think they could do that in OKC because you got a player that stops the offense, which, for Jokic's case, though, he stops the offense, but he's creating offense, though. So like
it's
that
ran through him.
Yeah, it's ran through him. Whereas the offense ain't ran through Wemby. Wemby's just a part of that offense, man. But man, let's move on to the first round matchups. Like the first round matchups, and I'm gonna go first, Rose. If everything holds up, and I'm not even going to factor in the playoff bubble teams. Now, if you want to, you can. But I'm just gonna go with who's at the 8th seed. I don't think nobody care about that Detroit Philly game. That Boston Orlando game, I don't care about thinking I care about that. Like in the East, we can go straight to Cleveland and Atlanta. Like that's gonna be probably the best first round series in the East. And let me keep it real with you. If any of the other series I just named is good, let me repeat this. If any of them other series I name is good, them teams are not winning the championship. If Detroit, Boston, and New York go 6 games with any of those teams I just named, they not winning the championship. Because Toronto, Orlando, and Philly, they should get them niggas out of there in 5 games. Then in the West, man, I feel like the West is gonna be exciting, man. Now, obviously, OKC, it really don't matter, man. Like I feel like they're gonna get rid of the Clippers within 5 games. I feel like even if Kawhi plays at the level he can play at, I just don't feel like that Clippers team can fuck with them young boys, man. Them young, like you said last year, them young gentlemen in OKC, they're gonna run them old niggas off the court. San Antonio and Phoenix, that's not gonna be a series, man. Even if Booker plays those series and goes crazy, that's not gonna be enough. But once we get to that 3/4, man, say Denver and Minnesota, hey man, we in for a series, man. If Ant-Man's healthy and can play, we in for a series. And if we get the Lakers and Houston, and it's possible that they flip because they both got the same record. If Houston can get that 4th seed, man, I'm only mad if Luka cannot come back for the first round playoffs. If he comes back first round playoffs, man, that's probably gonna be the best series in the first round, man. Luka, LeBron, KD, and them young boys, man. Like I'm looking forward to that series a lot.
Yeah. Already named mine.
Oh, you already named yours?
Yeah.
All right, man. So who's your finals prediction? Who's your dark horse?
For my finals prediction, I got the Nuggets against the Celtics. I got Nuggets against the Celtics, and in my dark horse, I got the Spurs versus the Knicks.
I'm gonna go Spurs, and I'm gonna go Detroit. My dark horses would be Minnesota, and I'm gonna go Hawks, bro. I feel like if everything breaks the Hawks' way, I don't feel like there's a team in the East they can't beat. The only issue is can they keep their composure and play them teams consistently? But I don't think there's a team in the East that I feel like Atlanta should be afraid of, man. Um, Before we wrap it up, what player are you most looking forward to seeing in the playoffs? I know last year I said Cade. So is there a player that has not been talked about in the regular season that you look forward to seeing in this postseason? And what player do you think has the most pressure? I'll start off. I think we both should say the player with the most pressure is easily James Harden.
Yeah.
Like you wanted out of LA. They sent you to Cleveland. Cleveland hasn't looked as good as they thought it was going to look with you. And if you fail in Cleveland in the first round or even the second round, yo, it's you, nigga. You the fucking problem. It's you.
Yeah, I had him slash Mitchell.
Oh yeah, yep. The whole Cleveland organization, because they was the number one seed. What was it last year, or the year before, and they didn't do shit. Now the two players I'm most looking for, obviously Wemby, because I can't wait to see what 40 minutes of Wemby a night look like.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
But the number one player is Jalen Johnson. Because what the numbers he's put up, because he's been getting triple doubles, he's been putting up crazy numbers all year. Can you do it against the best competition in 7-game series consistently? And do you have what it? Because this is going to mean a lot to Atlanta. If Jalen Johnson can get us to the Eastern Conference Championship with the roster we have, this means that trade we did for Trey was worth it, bro. Because you got the talent, man. You got the talent. But I want to see if you could be like Cade was last in the playoffs when he faced New York and Cade was going crazy. Even though he lost, when you go back and look at that series, that lets you know that boy Cade coming. I want to know when the playoffs is over for the Hawks, are we going to be saying collectively, Roseanne, Bertizzi, that nigga Jalen coming?
We're probably not going to say that about Jalen, but we're going to say that about their point guard, Shay's cousin.
Shay's cousin?
Yeah.
Who's Shay's cousin?
The Atlanta point. I can't. What's his name?
Talking about Dyson Daniels?
Not Dyson Daniels.
CJ McCollum?
Oh, what's his name? Let me look at his name real quick. But yeah, Shay's cousin.
You know I didn't know he got a cousin.
Yeah, Shay's cousin. Doggone.
Nickeil Alexander?
Yeah, Nickeil Alexander.
That's his cousin?
Yes.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That nigga been in the league for a minute.
Yes.
God damn. But this shit really like you said, nigga. Ain't no more hood to the NBA stories out here. All these niggas is related now.
Yes. Yeah. So I think if they do anything, he's gonna be the man that takes them over the hump.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He been good this year, man. Man.
I think him / Jalen Johnson's the reason why they was like, all right, Trey, we're about to send you to purgatory.
Yeah. Hey, on everything I love, they did do Trey Day. They sent that nigga to purgatory, man. Final thoughts,
man. We record out of the most beautiful place in the world every week, and people don't even understand what we talk about. But then it's 1 week out of the whole year where everybody knows where the most beautiful place in the world is, and that's our hometown, CSRA, Augusta, Georgia. Man, the Masters are here. Augusta National, that what we like to call them, but we know it as the Masters. You know what I'm saying? You go there, you might get trapped and get out. You know what I'm saying? They might trap you as one of them slaves, but we still represent it. You know what I'm saying? The most beautiful place in the world. We live it, and this is my final thoughts. I got Roy McIlroy winning it all this year again, back to back. Just like I went back to back in fantasy championships and won trophies and championships in in the fantasy draft and went back to back in championships. All that's what he's gonna do again. Tiger ain't there. I was so disappointed. Tiger caught a DUI, and Tiger ain't gonna be here. Like Tiger, man, you messed it up for all of us. Everybody want to see you. We know you want to go win, but we wanted you here. We wanted you here.
It ain't the Masters without Tiger, to be honest.
So you kind of disappointed us with that one, but those are my final thoughts.
We talked about the WNBA Draft, and we talked about Angel Reese. Chelsea Gray for the Aces became the first $1 million WNBA player. And when I say $1 million, what I mean is she signed a contract where she's going to get $1 million a year. And that may not be the most money in terms of like when we look at these athletes in sports, but that's a phenomenal landmark for these women in the WNBA, because I remember watching them back in the day when I was in high school and college, and them hoes was barely getting $100K a year, which to play a game, I understand all of that. But this just shows you the work that Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowles, and women before them have laid down.
I just want to correct you. It wasn't Chelsea Gray. It was Jackie Young.
Oh, my bad. Jackie Young, my bad. Chelsea Gray signed the deal today, too. Jackie Young got the deal first, my bad. But that just shows what all them women did to get to this point. And then you got the new faces, Aja Wilson, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and what they've brought to the league, the last 4-5 years with their star power and their marketing ability to be able to get this, man. This is dope, man, because there's going to be a lot of women coming into the league that now can see like, yo, I don't have to play overseas. And in a couple of years when Juju comes to the league, hopefully the contracts continue to get bigger and the sport continues to grow for the ladies, man. Shout out to the Mamba.
Gotta.
Mr. DJ Rose, Verkeezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. For sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland, this podcast now active.